Good afternoon. I'm Katie Jeffries. Today at noon on Police Officer Memorial Day, sadly, we here in Jacksonville have lost one of our own. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office confirming that an officer responding to a separate crash this morning on 295 crashed his patrol car near the exit for Alta and died at the hospital. And Sheriff Mike Williams says that weather could have been a factor in that crash this morning, and thoughts and prayers are coming in from all over the state for our local sheriff's office today. Now, we do have team coverage this noon. We have Cameron Eppinger. He is live near that scene at 295 in Alta, as well as our Alex Ositis. He's over at UF Health Jacksonville, where the officer passed away. But let's begin with Cam.
Katie, good afternoon. It's certainly a tough day for both the state and the JSO community following this devastating and tragedy of the loss of this officer. Now, Sheriff Mike Williams earlier this morning did not want to release the name of the officer involved in that deadly crash. He says he wants to wait a while until they notify next of kin. But I want to go ahead and show you some video, give you another look of that scene that happened earlier this morning. As far as the investigation goes, it's still unclear what caused that accident. You can see, again, this happened early this morning. You can see the car just ended up, or that police cruiser ended up mangled off the side of the road. It appears as though the police cruiser lost control and ended up in the grass. Now, as I mentioned earlier, it's still unclear what caused this crash, but Sheriff Mike Williams says inclement weather may have caused or may have played a factor in this crash. Take a listen.
To see, anybody involved in a crash, and of course I especially hate to see a JSO deputy involved in the crash trying to respond to help someone else and then finds himself in that position. So but again, it's part of the inherent risk that every police officer in the country faces every day.
And of course, support continues to pour in from all across the state, including here, or not across the nation, including the state. Early this morning, we know that Governor Rick Scott spoke with Sheriff Mike Williams by telephone, and then later Governor Rick Scott sent out this tweet, writing in quotes saying, "Ann Scott and I are heartbroken to hear that a JSO officer has passed away in a vehicle crash this morning. We ask all Floridians to join us in praying for this officer's family and loved ones during this difficult time." Back out here live, we're going to continue following this developing story, but now we're going to continue our team coverage with Alex Ositis. He's joining us now live from the UF Hospital. Alex, good afternoon.
Cam, thank you so much. And this is the scene right outside of UF Health, where we've seen a lot of officers come and show their respects. But I want to get to a tweet actually right now as we can zoom in on the FOP from Jacksonville, tweeting out, "As dangerous as this job is, one of the most dangerous things we do is drive. We lost a valuable member of our lodge and our community this morning. Please keep our Blue family in your thoughts and prayers." Take a look at some video, though, from UF Health earlier this morning of that hearse actually sitting just outside of the emergency room right around 9 o'clock this morning. We watched it leave shortly after 10 or 11, 10:30 that is, carrying that officer in the back, escorted by some of those JSO officers. We've also seen motorcycle police and FHP come to the hospital to pay their respects. Just some of the instances of these law enforcement officers coming here and just trying to cope with the situation. We also spoke off camera with an officer who didn't want to be named or identified by what branch he was with, but said that it's just been a really sad and hard day to cope with, and that just seems to be the feeling outside of UF Health throughout the morning. So this is something that we're continuing to follow. We'll have another update for you in about 10 minutes, but also continuing coverage tonight on First Coast News at 5. We're live outside of UF Health. Alex Ositis, First Coast News, on your side.